Hello to the class students, welcome. I am Sachin Mishra. This is the second video lecture of second chapter inverse trigonometric functions. We had already uploaded the first video lecture in which we had discussed some of the basic concepts of this chapter. Now in the second video we will discuss some of the formulas and some of different other methods, and we will try to solve some questions from the exercise of this chapter. So let us start this. So here we are now with second video of the chapter inverse trigonometric functions. Students, we had discussed about how to evaluate different inverse trigonometric functions for some ratios, like how to evaluate sine inverse x for the values of x in its domain. Similarly, we had discussed about to evaluate sine, not only sine inverse x, cos inverse x, and other inverse trigonometric functions. Now we will discuss about some more formulas, some more set of formulas in this chapter. One set of formula was already discussed, that if inverse trigonometric functions are to be evaluated for negative values, then how to get the answer, we had discussed that. Then another set of formula, that was the first set of formula. Now second set of formula is this one. See this one. The first formula is about, if suppose we are given sine inverse 1 by x, then its value is cosec inverse x. Here it should be noted that x is greater than equal to 1 or x is less than equal to minus 1. Means, see, this is the principal branch or the domain of cosec inverse x function. For this branch, for this values of x, this function is this relation is valid. Similarly, for the second one, this is cos inverse 1 by x is equal to sec inverse x. Again, the domain is same, x is greater than or equal to 1 or x is less than equal to 1. Then third one is tan inverse 1 by x is equal to cot inverse x. This is only true for x is greater than 0, means only for the positive values, not for the negative values. Then fourth formula is cot inverse 1 by x is also equal to tan inverse x. This is also the same, valued only for x is greater than 0. Next is sec inverse 1 by x is equal to cos inverse x. This is true for x belonging to minus 1 to 1, means this formula is true for every values of x lying between minus 1 to 1. So this is the domain of cos inverse x, for which this formula is valid. And the last one is cosec inverse 1 by x is equal to sine inverse x. Domain is same, that is minus 1 to 1. This is the second set of formula. Then we have now the third set of formula also. Number 1. This one is sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is always pi by 2 for any value of x lying between minus 1 to 1. See, since both of these functions are sine inverse x and cos inverse x, and both of them have domain minus 1 to 1, so clearly this formula has the domain minus 1 to 1. For any value of x lying in this interval, this expression sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is always pi by 2. Similarly, then tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is also always pi by 2 for x belongs to R. Then third one is sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x is also pi by 2 always for x belongs to this one, their domain, that is minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. See, deriving this formula is very easy. We'll discuss its derivation also. Let us first go through the next level of formula. Then the fourth set of formula is this one. tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. This is equal to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. See students, this formula is only applicable whenever xy is less than 1. The product xy is less than 1. See, we shall not discuss how we have got this xy less than 1. We shall not go into very deep in these formulas, in the domain of these formulas, because setting the domain in every formula is not the part of the scope of our syllabus. Then next one is tan inverse y, tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Note that this is tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Let me cut this. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy, and this is applicable when xy is greater than minus 1. Means this product xy is greater than minus 1, then only this is applicable. These are the formulas of tan inverse functions. Then next set of formula is the next set of formula is this one. 2 tan inverse x is equal to 2 tan inverse x can be written as sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square, or it can also means for the domain mod x is less than equal to 1, it simply means that x lies from minus 1 to 1. It can also be written as, means it has the 2 tan inverse x only has the same formula, that is cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. This is also applicable for x is greater than equal to 0. This is only applicable for x greater than equal to 0. And the third one is 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square, and this is applicable for x lying between minus 1 to 1. Students, these are the different and various formulas in this chapter. Now there are other formulas also, but according to our syllabus we had to study about these only, and we shall now continue with our exercise, that is exercise 2.2. There are few questions in our exercise 2.2. We will start doing that. In this exercise deals with some of the very easy questions. All the questions, means the questions in our exercises are based on either simplifying any inverse trigonometric expression, or proving any inverse trigonometric expression, or evaluating various trigonometric expressions based on the formulas we had discussed. Overall this chapter is very easy, and now we can start our exercise 2.2. This exercise 2.2 contains the first question as 3 sine inverse x is equal to sine inverse 3x minus 4x cube for x belongs to minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 2. This we have to prove that 3 sine inverse x is equal to sine inverse 3x minus 4x cube. Students, this is very easy. Here we have to do one substitution for proving this one. See, we know that whichever side is more complicated, we always simplify that. If we look on the RHS, it looks more complicated. So in RHS there is an expression sine inverse 3x minus 4x cube. Here if we put x as sine theta, then this RHS becomes sine inverse 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta. So this is sine inverse. You know that we have a formula 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta is sine 3 theta. So this will become sine 3 theta. Now you know this is sine inverse function, this is sine function. The any function and its inverse, their composition is always identity. Means what remains here, these two will get cancelled and here remains 3 theta only. But see, this is not our answer because theta is not available in the question. We must get our answer in terms of x, not in theta. Theta is introduced by us, so we have to replace this theta as sine inverse x from here. If x is equal to sine theta, this implies that theta is equal to sine inverse x. So this is absolutely equal to the LHS which was given. Now see, what is the role of this domain? See, it is given that x belongs to minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 2, means like this one. This is given. See students, if x lies from minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 2, clearly sine inverse x, obviously sine inverse x then lies from minus 1 by 2, sine inverse minus 1 by 2 to sine inverse 1 by 2. We know that sine inverse 1 by 2 is pi by 6. This is minus pi by 6. So this becomes minus pi by 6 less than equal to sine inverse x less than equal to pi by 6. And multiplying 3 will give you minus pi by 2 is less than equal to 3 sine inverse x less than equal to pi by 2. Means after all, on taking x as sine theta, what we have got? 3 sine inverse x. So still this 3 sine inverse x lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, which is the principal branch of sine inverse function. Means if x lies in this interval, then this formula is absolutely valid. That we had to prove here. So it is proved also. Similar is the second question. The second question contains same type of expression in terms of cos inverse x. I am giving you this as homework. You have to do it yourself. Let us do the next question. Question number 3. See students, here this one, question number 3. Here we have to prove that tan inverse 2 by 11 plus tan inverse 7 by 24 is equal to tan inverse 1 by 2. This is also proof question only. We have to prove that tan inverse 2 by 11 plus tan inverse 7 by 24 is equal to tan inverse, this is tan inverse 1 by 2. We have to prove this. Obviously this LHS looks quite complicated, so we will start with LHS. This is tan inverse 2 by 11 plus tan inverse 7 by 24. We had just gone through a formula that you might have remembered, that tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. This is applicable when xy is less than 1. If we look at these values 2 by 11 and 7 by 24, clearly 2 by 11 and 7 by 24, their product is obviously, this is 12. So this is 7 upon 132, which is less than 1. So we can apply this formula here in this expression. So our LHS becomes tan inverse 2 by 11 plus 7 by 24 upon 1 minus 2 by 11 into 7 by 24. So this is, now if we simplify this one, let us take LCM here. This becomes 2 into 24, 48 plus 11 into 7, 77 upon, so in the denominator we have the product 11 into 24. Now simplifying this one, here we get 11 into 24, this is the denominator. 11 into 24 is 264. So we have 264 minus 2 into 7, that is 14 upon 11 into 24. This get cancelled. So what remains here? Tan inverse 48 plus 77. This is nothing but 125 upon, this is 264 minus 14, so it is 250. It gets cancelled, so we have tan inverse 1 by 2. So it is proved what we had to get, that is tan inverse 2 by 11 plus tan inverse 7 by 24 is equal to tan inverse 1 by 2. So that's what we have got, tan inverse 1 by 2, by simplifying the LHS. In this way this question is done. Similar is the question number 4. You will do yourself. Now question number 5, question number 6 are the same as question number 1. There are few expressions, means we have to do some substitution and get the answer. This one, question number 5, tan inverse 1 plus x square minus 1 upon x. It is given x is not equal to 0. See students, x is not given, x is not equal to 0. This is given already. We need not do any kind of simplification to this domain. It is already given. Only we have to simplify this expression. Obviously this is very complicated. So we have to think of what kind of substitution we can do. See here it is 1 plus x square. Always remember, whenever if we get the expression 1 plus x square, then we should do the substitution x as tan theta only. If 1 minus x square is given, then do sin theta. And if x square minus 1 is given, then do sec theta. Here it is 1 plus x square, so we'll do x equal to tan theta. So this expression, suppose this is y, so this expression y becomes tan inverse 1 plus tan square theta minus 1 upon tan theta. So this becomes tan inverse. See, 1 plus tan square theta is, it is sec square theta. So under root sec square theta is sec theta minus 1 upon tan theta. Now, although square root is removed, but still this looks somewhat complicated. We need to simplify it further. So expressing sec theta is 1 upon cos theta and tan theta is sin theta by cos theta. Like this one. So converting into sin and cos, we will get 1 minus cos theta upon sin theta. This is obtained. Then you know that 1 minus cos theta. So our y, this becomes tan inverse. We know that 1 minus cos theta is equal to 2 sin square theta by 2. And sin theta can be written as 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. So we can write 1 minus cos theta as 2 sin square theta by 2, and this as the sin theta as 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. So 2 and 2 cancelled, sin theta by 2 is one time cancelled. So what remains here? Tan inverse tan theta by 2. Sin theta by 2 upon cos theta by 2, it will be tan theta by 2, tan inverse and tan are cancelled, theta by 2 is remained. And now just recall what we had done the substitution. X as tan theta. So if x is equal to tan theta, then theta is equal to tan inverse x. So this is half tan inverse x. Means we have substituted theta as half tan inverse x. So very similar questions are there in this exercise, students. You have to complete this exercise. You can personally write your comments. You can ask any doubt in your comments or through various informative methods. Whatever will be the your queries, your doubts are there, I will solve it here. So now it's time to say goodbye, because the video is already of about 20 minutes, and if I will make a larger video, then it will not be so much comfortable. Now one thing that this exercise, this is the second exercise, and after this miscellaneous exercise is also there. You have to complete that. Write your doubts in your comments. I will definitely do it in another video. And next chapter we will do is determinants, because the third chapter, that is matrices, is already, one part is already uploaded by Jagdish sir, and I will be giving you the video for determinants chapter. Thank you very much. Thank you.